My name is Jacqui Castle, and I'm going to read a bit from my novel, The Seclusion, which is a dystopian science fiction novel that takes place in America in the year 2090. And so here we go. I settled in for the day's mandatory viewing segment, a 30-minute episode of America One, helping our nation succeed. It was a comforting nightly ritual, though the content of the segments varied greatly. After swiping my hand over the sensor on the end table, my identity was verified and the show began to play. A quick announcement about the new silver economy auto vehicles being put into rotation was up first. The models featured wraparound solar arrays, virtually seamless against the exterior style, allowing them to run 20% longer than last year's models. Next was a quick local promotion about the upcoming baseball game, including an enhanced fireworks display, premier seventh inning entertainment, and copious amounts of snack food. Virtual recordings would be streamed for those who could not attend in person. I made a mental note to ask Rex if he wanted to come over and watch. Then the national emblem lit up the screen, the same one that appeared on everything from hotel chains to restaurant tables to toothbrushes to my own front door. The voice of an off-screen announcer introduced Aaliyah Ramey. A gorgeous petite woman in her mid-40s with an elegant crop of dove-white hair appeared. I smiled at the familiar face, feeling almost as if a friend had sat down next to me on the sofa. Welcome, Americans. Today's topic is the family dinner table. We'll explore 10 conversation topics that will bring you and your loved ones closer as you enjoy a family meal together. It's a great way to catch up before getting your child back in time for evening rituals at the dormitory. Behind Aaliyah, a family of 3 sat at the dinner table, laughing, smiling, and enjoying one another's company. It looked lovely. I suggest taking notes and keeping a list in the dining room for when the conversation starts to lag. You don't want to be left to your own wiles now, Aaliyah said with an exaggerated laugh and a wink. Behind her, the on-screen mother showed us where she kept her list, on a reusable pad mounted to the dining room wall. First up, we have the good old-fashioned sharing of one's day. The words, number 1, sharing your day, popped up on a floor-to-ceiling screen behind Aaliyah. Kids can share with their parents what they learn from their virtual instructions on subjects such as math, English, patriotism, and communication skills. This is a great time for parents to help children master the art of acceptable conversation. Older children can discuss preparations for their aptitude tests. Parents, you can share an unclassified overview of what you did at work today and how your role helps make America the greatest, safest, most united nation on earth. I beamed with a bit of pride, alone in my living room, for being part of the picture she painted. But behind the pride, there was also shame. I promised myself to not let the events of the day happen again. I took a nibble of my dinner, which was about as appetizing as sawdust, but made more palatable by the fresh mint, carrots, and radishes I'd sprinkled around the dish. A second great topic of conversation is the weather, Aaliyah continued, accentuating the last 2 words as if she'd thought of them herself. For example, you might say, it looks like our dry spell will continue, or that last flood ended sooner than expected. Weather's an excellent conversation topic, and it's one that naturally changes daily, rain one day and sun the next. Why, the possibilities are virtually endless. I nodded, remembering multiple conversations I'd had about weather that very day. Number 3, Aaliyah gestured excitedly as the number 3 and the words on-screen friends were added to the list behind her. What is going on in the lives of your favorite virtual characters? Discussing on-screen friends makes for a fun and entertaining way to connect with your family members. What do you think will happen in next week's episode? Remember, all programming is approved by the board for your enjoyment and automatically filtered based on the age of the viewer. Just be sure that everyone watching has registered by swiping their dorsal chip. She tapped the back of her hand. Dorsal chips were implanted within minutes of a child's first breath. On the day of delivery, the baby was removed, whisked away, and implanted before the mother ever woke up. A person's chip contained their whole identity, not just their name, but a record of their work history, aptitude tests, medical requirements, and location. Without it, it was almost as if a person didn't exist. The thought made my stomach churn, or possibly it was the lasagna.